Kellen, first goal for the Sounders, but also your first goal since 2018. It looks like. How big of a was it? Was it a relief to get it, or was it just kind of ecstasy to get it?
A little bit of both. Bit of ecstasy. I kind of blacked out once it went in, but it was just a great feeling. Obviously, right in front of the fans, and just pure enjoyment and ecstasy is a good way to put it.
Cool. Nico Moreno.
Thank you. This question's for Alex. Congratulations on the win. You guys had some issues with wide players today, despite the 4-3-3. It seems like you guys really minimized the Dynamo's clear chances. Could you talk about what you guys did and what you felt like your performance was today?
Yeah, I mean, they have talented wingers. They're fast. They're able to be crafty in the final third, and I think it's a big testament to the wing backs and the three center backs in the middle of the park. And so, we put a big effort in making sure that they don't get a clear chance and limit them in all the opportunities that they can get. And, luckily we were able to put 2 in the second half to put them away. But a lot of it starts with our defensive abilities and defensive shape. So, that's something that we've been working on for the entire season, and hopefully we can continue to improve on areas that we been lacking.
Great. Next, we'll go to Jada Evans from the Seattle Times.
Thanks. Congratulations, y'all, on the win. I wanted to ask Kellen, there's been a lot of talk this season about teaching the younger players about the history of the Sounders and, just the legacy here. And I'm imagining that since you're a native, that's a talk, even though you're new to the club, that's a talk that you don't have to necessarily have. Can you is that true, or how do you kind of convey the importance of the Sounders legacy?
I'm a little bit confused on that question, on the actual question there.
I'm just, how do you convey the legacy of the Sounders to the younger players that you have on the roster?
The younger players that are here have been part of the Sounders group more than I have, so they probably know the legacy more than I have. But I guess in the fact that I've played in the league now 10 years, I can kind of teach them professionalism and the way to represent a club. But they take the Sounders name and very well.
Next, we'll go to Felipe Miqueda.
Esta pregunta es para Alex. Alex, siempre ganar en casa es agradable, es gratificante, pero también ganar cuando se suponía que el equipo, o no se suponía, el equipo que presentó el entrenador Brian Schmetzer, pues era un equipo pues novedoso, por decirlo de alguna forma. ¿Qué es lo que tú crees? ¿Cómo viste tú el partido?
Sí, es algo importante cuando unos jugadores no están, mi hermano no está y hay muchos jugadores que están golpeados y pues eso se pone difícil cuando muchos jugadores no se han filtrado al juego y no tienen el tiempo que otros han tenido para acostumbrarse al juego y pues es muy importante que cada jugador está listo para entrar y eso es algo que el equipo ha hecho un buen trabajo sobre los años y hoy se enseñó que todos los jugadores están preparados y listos para ganar un juego.
Augusto, you're able to translate for us?
The question was, winning at a home game is always great, but winning with a team that is put together with fewer players than normal is even better. What you think about the game and the result? Alex's answer was, it is always important to when you have a win using some players that are not available when many players are not available, and for example my brother was not available and many other players are not available as well, but we have this mentality with many of the players that are coming in, even though they have not been spending time with the rest of the team playing on the first team, they will still be able to respond and give their best when they're playing during the game. So it was important for us to get that result, even though we didn't have a full team available to us.
Cool. Next, we'll go to John Lupo from Babel.
Thank you, Matt. This is for both of you. You guys set a Major League Soccer record tonight for most games unbeaten to start the season. Can you just talk about how that feels, and also coming in a performance like this where in front of the fans where you get a clean sheet?
It's obviously a great accomplishment. We're very excited about it. It wasn't the first thing on our mind, but the fact that it happened is great to happen. But we want to make sure that this form continues, but not only through the next 5-10 games, but when it's really important when it comes to the last few games this season, getting on a run and going to the playoffs in full force. So this is an amazing run, but we still have a lot to learn. We still have a lot of things to tighten up, and hopefully we can continue this run as long as we can, and hopefully it's towards the end of the year.
Thanks. We'll go to Masvida.
Yeah, hey, this one's for Kellen. Kellen, obviously you've got great wing play and the prolific strikers, but what's working in the middle of the field in terms of transition when you guys lose the ball, coming back and playing good defense and staying compacted? Just how's that working? And because obviously that's working. That's I
understand.
A statement.
We've got that three center back, like Alex mentioned earlier. We got three center backs that it's tough to break us down for that reason. Those guys stay at home and make sure they cut off any plays. It's hard to play in front of or behind us because of those three guys. And then you have the work rate of Alex, of Brad, of Jimmy Madranda, getting back at all times. They break up a lot more plays than you guys can see just from their work ethic to get back after making long runs. And then you got guys like Josh Atencio, João Paulo, and this today was Danny Leyva breaking up a lot of plays in that midfield, making it very hard for teams to turn and run at us. And it's great to have. So I think the three center backs and everyone kind of working together, it's hard to break us down, and that's what's done us so well.
Thanks.
It looks like, guys, reminder, if you'd like to ask a question, please use the hand raise function in Zoom. We got a couple here for follow-up, so we'll go to Jeremiah Oshan.
Yeah, Alex, I know Christian talked about how he was leaving with some mixed emotions. Understandably, the team's a little short. But how big is it to be able to leave on a high note like this, to know that you've left the Sounders in as good of a position as you possibly can?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's important, and I think it just shows how the club has trust in me. And obviously, I would have liked more training sessions with the Salvador team when I got there, but I also think that my club is important, and working for them is working towards points and wins is important. I think contributing to today's win is something that I'll look back and I'll be glad that I stayed and helped and contribute. So, it's always difficult too when there's less players and there's you're shorthanded. So I think staying back and helping the team and contributing to this win, obviously for a small piece of history, is important as well.
I'm glad you stayed, buddy. Thanks for the assist.
All right, guys, last call for questions. Please use the hand raise. If not, we will close it out with Nico Moreno.
Alex, ya respondiste parte de la pregunta, pero por lo menos me gustaría que en español respondieras qué tan importante y cómo puede traducir el buen momento que acabas de tener con el equipo para que impactes con la selección salvadoreña.
Sí, yo creo que este partido me preparó muy bien yendo a la Copa Oro, donde va a haber muchos equipos y muchos jugadores muy talentos que tienen jugadores por todo el mundo. Y pues estamos en una forma muy buena, y empezando así y llegando al campamento así va a ser muy, muy bueno para mí. Y pues así le sigo echando ganas para aprender la posición mejor y para ser un jugador y un profesional mejor. Y ojalá puedo seguir así en esa manera.
Felicitaciones y mucha suerte.
Gracias.
The question was, how important is the good moment, Alex, that you are going through right now with the team in preparation for you going and playing for the Salvador national team? The answer from Alex was, this game and the other games that I have been playing here with the Sounders are great for me because it has allowed me to prepare really, really well and be in football form. So when I go back and play for the national team, I can take advantage of that. And it's also great that I'm learning more and more this new position that I'm playing in. which makes me a more versatile player that can be used in different situations. So I'm very happy about that improvement.
Great, and we've got one more here. So Masvidal, why don't you close us out for good?
Absolutely. And Alex, just when going back to kind of learning the position, just the intricacies, we talked about this a little bit last game, just staying wide and the patience and how important that is. And that happened on this goal as well, where you stayed wide, finally got the ball and then crossed it to Kellen for just, can you talk about the intricacies of playing that position, both on offense and defense?
Yeah, I mean, it's a difficult position. Obviously, you got to work hard. You got to be able to get up and down the field. But I think in that goal, the way it worked out, I think what we need to exploit sometimes a little bit more is when Freddie gets on his right foot and cuts in and looks for me on the back post. Kellen was in a great position. He was getting the left back tucked in, so it kind of allowed me to get in a little bit more open space. And then obviously ball comes to me, and then he's in a great position to be in for a tap in. So I think being wider for me sometimes is good, and obviously with that goal, I think exploiting that right side with balls in behind will really benefit this club.